Hello, guys. This is my first train scene video recording. This is what she looks like. Yeah, I'm just gonna go through everything I did in this little section. It's what's it, like 40 seconds long, something like that, maybe 41. Okay, yeah. So to start off, I did genuinely start off with this little synth, which sounds like this, which was nasty, apparently. Classic funk synth bass. Just a little preset on Alchemy. Had a bit of distortion, bit of echo, and then I EQ'd all the high end so I can get rid of a lot of that distortion, and some low end, so there's it wouldn't sort of clash with the bass that I have coming on in a bit later. And yeah, sound like this. But you still get that presence there, and then I compressed it a bit so those harsher parts don't sort of clash with each other, and just don't spike up. So that is the same here, I believe, except yeah, there's just a bit more. It goes down an octave, as opposed to the I've had distortion, echo, and then I've got, so that's the same, and then I've got modulation delay, which I just thought was a really cool effect. I found it, and then a bit reverb, which I believe I sort of automate. I don't think it's, it's the wet automation as well. Just so as soon as that stops, reverb comes off, so it doesn't trickle on to when the beat comes in. And obviously I've got another compressor which I've accidentally sidechained, but I'm not going to change it now. I've also got this bass, which is just an Alchemy square lead, I believe, or deep sub bass, sorry, yeah. And I've got that spiking up, which I thought was a really cool effect to keep the tone. And then a bit of distortion, bit of chorus, to make it very wide and a little bit sort of all over the place, and then I got a bit of reverb as well, which just comes up. And then sidechain again, just because it comes in here, and I must have copied that over, but it'll be alright. And then obviously a bit wider, which is an external plugin which sort of just widens the sound. So we've got the chorus and wider, so it's very wide bass. So those two together, and then it starts descending. And then we get the beat, which is pretty much the same throughout. It's just one chord, just playing a D over and over again. It's sort of, I had this idea of it just being anxiety, and it's like, so it's the same as this one, except there is a sidechain over the kick, which is playing, which is actually just a kick from one of the drum kits here. Got a compressor, and I'm just sort of bringing up that bottom tone because the bass is going to duck that as well. So whenever the kick drum plays, they sort of duck out of the way of each other. And then I've just got this sort of clap, and I think is that a snare as well? Yeah, and I've got the clap here. Oh no, it's the same thing. They're just panned, and I believe, no, they are. Is one of them different pitch? Yeah. So this one's regular, this one's down 2 semitones, so you do get that difference. With headphones you can obviously hear it a bit better. And then I just added this drum fill right before the kick on every single kick drum. So we have this sort of drum groove going. Sounds like this. with the bass coming as well. Which sounds pretty cool, and then we've got this sort of trailer effects, which I added some essentially auto tune, so it's make sure it doesn't go out of key, and then I'm taking a bit of the high end off and make sure we've got those tones in there, and yeah, it sort of all comes together at that point. And yeah, that's that first train scene. Yeah, I thought, yeah, the idea to give it a lot of sort of anxiety is what I did very well. Okay, so for this one, we have got a very similar sort of idea of just inducing stress, but I wanted to play off more of the actual scene than not, I guess. I sort of wanted to go in depth with what you would be hearing genuinely. So I started off actually with this Coke commercial.
Enjoy the lift you get from the great taste of Coke. Come on in.
Which I thought was really cool, because it's got, you can make anything a little bit sinister with a bit of reverb, mate. So I did that. I've just got this sort of.
Enjoy the lift you get from the great taste of Coke.
So I thought that sounded quite sinister, which works really well. And then we've got this saw lead, I want to say, on this thing, this external thing called OBX. It sounds like this. Very long attack, I believe, as well. Or I'm automate the master, the volume, mix gain, and I also played around with the fine tuning. So we've got some cool little elements there. I've got some reverb and distortion as well. So that's pretty cool. I've also got this one here, which is pretty much the same thing, just up an octave. And then I've got this one here as well, which is up another octave. You see the tunes going crazy on all of these. And then we've got these sort of, I believe, hits of like grand piano. So what I did was I just played a low note on a grand piano, distorted it, and then brought it down one octave, brought it down another octave, and then reverb and a bit wider. So we got this epic sounding hit. They do those, and then the last one here, I believe this one, I brought up an octave up here, and then obviously did the exact same thing. So it's okay. So then together with this one as well. With this one playing, obviously I can't stop playing it halfway through because I have to start from here. And then I believe for this one, it's the same. We'll just bring it up 2 octaves and then bring it back down 2 octaves. I love this pitch shift because it sort of makes everything a bit muddy, as opposed to just bringing it down on here. And then this one, I essentially just played the original thing. I just brought it up 2 octaves and then brought it back down, making it sound very distorted and stuff. And then we got the. Obviously with this saw going on and this one, it's all very, very large. But I know there's not a whole lot of pace to it, but sometimes when you're having a panic attack like that, the way that he does in the story, it doesn't have to be fast paced for it to be very sort of anxiety inducing. So I like the idea of it just being absolutely crazy, but very stretched out. So if you listen to this, it feels like it's very short, but obviously it's a lot longer than the other one, I believe. Yeah, it's about 1:20. So, those are my two train scenes. Buddy, oh, pow.